And now for our next news special report.
Got some big breaking news out of Georgia, where the Court of Appeals has just dealt a crushing blow to the election subversion conspiracy case against President Trump. The case is now indefinitely paused as the court prepares to hear arguments on the disqualification of District Attorney Fani Willis, accused of corruption and misconduct. This is a developing story with far-reaching implications for the future of our republic, so stay tuned as we bring you the latest in the shocking turn of events. Now, folks, as we battle the corrupt forces trying to take down President Trump, I'm reminded of the challenges we face in spreading the truth. Just like Trump, our channel is under attack, demonetized by YouTube and dismissed by alternative platforms like Rumble. But we won't give up. We are fighting to preserve a legacy of truth and freedom, and we need your support now more than ever. Whether it's through a financial contribution or a prayer, your help is crucial. Visit the links in the description to stand with us and keep the flame of truth burning bright in these trying times. Now, in a groundbreaking development, the Georgia Court of Appeals has indefinitely paused the election subversion case against former President Donald Trump, sending shockwaves through the political and legal world. Let's take a look at the news as it broke.
Some breaking news involving the former president in that Georgia election interference case, as a court of appeals has halted it, put it on pause. It is now unlikely that it will happen before the November election. I want to put up this tweet here on Live Now from Fox talking about this exact subject here on Live Now from Fox. As breaking news, the Georgia Court of Appeals ordered a halt to the proceedings in Trump's election interference case, meaning the case against the former president and his co-defendants will most likely not be scheduled for trial before the fall election. To give you a little bit more understanding of what's going on here, as an appeals court, they're halting it as reviews a lower court judge's ruling allowing the Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to remain on the case. And this case has had a lot of hurdles there. The RICO one in Georgia, as the Court of Appeals prevents the Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee from moving forward with pretrial motions as he has had planned, while the appeal is now pending. While it was already unlikely that the case would go before trial before November, when Trump is expected to be the Republican nominee, this makes it even more unlikely that it happens. The appeals court on Monday docketed the appeals filed by Trump and 8 others that said, quote, if oral arguments requested and granted is tentatively scheduled for October the 4th, the state will then have until mid-March to rule, and the losing side will be able to appeal to the Georgia Supreme Court. We'll see if it goes even further along, up until the Supreme Court of the United States. The spokesperson for Willis declined to comment to the Associated Press. Fulton County grand jury in August indicted Trump and 18 others, accusing them of participating in a sprawling scheme to illegally try to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. 4 defendants have pleaded guilty after reaching deals with prosecutors, but Trump and the others have pleaded not guilty. It is one of 4 criminal trials against Trump. This almost a week after the official conviction there in New York City about a different case involving falsifying business records. But
now, this decision marks a significant victory for Trump and his co-defendants as they fight against the politically motivated prosecution. Now, the ruling issued today, Wednesday, effectively puts the brakes on the high-profile case, ensuring that Trump will not face trial before the 2024 presidential election. Now, the court's order comes as a result of an appeal filed by Trump's legal team, which sought to challenge the impartiality of Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who has been at the helm of the investigation. Now, Willis, no stranger to controversy, finds herself embroiled in a scandal that threatens to derail the entire case against Trump. Allegations of misconduct and corruption have surfaced, casting doubt on her ability to fairly prosecute the former president. The Georgia Court of Appeals has agreed to hear the arguments on the disqualification of Willis, setting the stage for a legal showdown that could have far-reaching implications. Here's more on that.
Also, within the last hour, we have learned the State Court of Appeals will hear arguments for removing Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from the election interference case. This will happen before this year's presidential election. Now, a 3-judge panel has set aside time in October to hear this case. The appeal effort centers on a March ruling by Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee. That ruling, you might remember, resulted in former Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade's resignation from the election interference case. case after information came to light that he and Willis shared for a time a romantic relationship. It's not clear whether a ruling on the appeal could be handed down.
Now, the center of the controversy is Willis' alleged relationship with then Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. Trump's legal team contends the relationship constituted a conflict of interest in that Willis financially benefited from the investigation. The court's decision to pause the case and consider Willis' disqualification lends credence to those serious allegations, raising questions about the integrity of the prosecution. As the battle in the Georgia Court of Appeals heats up, the stakes couldn't be higher. The outcome of this case could not only determine the fate of President Trump, but also expose the depths of corruption within the judicial system. The American people deserve a fair and impartial legal process, free from political bias and personal vendettas. Trump's legal team, led by the formidable Steve Sadow, is prepared to mount a vigorous defense, armed with evidence of Willis' misconduct. They argue the case against Trump is nothing more than a shameful attempt to tarnish his reputation and undermine his political future. The court's decision to pause the proceedings and consider the disqualification of Willis is a testament to the strength of their arguments. So as the nation watches with bated breath, the Trump case has become a symbol of the larger struggle against corruption and the fight for justice. The Georgia Court of Appeals now holds the power to restore integrity to the legal system and ensure that no one, not even a district attorney, is above the law. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the battle for truth and justice is far from over. With the election subversion conspiracy case on hold and the spotlight firmly on Fani Willis, the coming months will be crucial in determining the outcome of this historic legal drama. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. Now, my friends, today we celebrate a triumph of justice as the Georgia Court of Appeals indefinitely pauses the election subversion case against President Trump. Now, this decision strikes a powerful blow against the corrupt forces seeking to destroy a true patriot. But while we savor this victory, we must remember that the battle is far from over. We must remain vigilant, united, and steadfast in our support for President Trump as he continues to fight for the soul of our nation.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.